with the benefit of hindsight, we can look back at this. We can look at this chart and think back to history. And like you pointed out, the GFC 2008, 9, 10, and then according to this chart, we had a big imbalance, and then the imbalance turned positive, which basically means the developer started building again. That means it was a good market again. People felt good about the demand, and what and that coincides right here in the chart with 2010-ish, call it, and 11, 12. Those were some of the best years in history to buy real estate, right? Coming out of the supply demand imbalance when the down bar in this chart goes back to positive, that is one of the signs of a very good buying opportunity. And then you go back to the .com bubble, it was also a good time to buy, but that bar turned very slightly negative, as you can see, around the 2000s. So it
Well,
wasn't
it wasn't as bad of a recession, right?
as bad of a recession. And also it most certainly wasn't a housing driven recession, right? It was a tech bubble. But then you look at the early 90s, that was the savings and loan crisis. So you did have actually there's just no development. Nothing was being built at that time.
There's
And
also an
so,
oil shortage too in '72, if I'm not mistaken. They had the gas crisis where if you were an even or odd number license plate, you'd get gas on certain days. Going back there,
well, yeah, I mean, going back to the 70s, that was the lost decade. That was a lot of problems. And I don't really even know the history as far as buying
stagflation.
opportunities for real estate and stuff, but that's a really bumpy ride, as you can see, where a lot was being built in the late 60s, nothing early 70s, then built a lot again. So it's a really bumpy ride. But certainly, if you look at the S&L crisis coming out of it, right, that's when Blackstone actually started buying real estate. That's when they got their start. They never owned real estate before like 91. And so that was a really tremendous buying opportunity for other reasons as well. I mean, there was just less capital in the multifamily industry. It was more of a cottage industry, so to speak, right? It was truly mom and pop.